Every morning, millions of men over 60 unknowingly sabotage their erections before they've even finished breakfast. Not with sugar. Not with bacon. But with tea. Yes, tea. The very drink sold as healthy, heart-friendly, and calming could be silently stealing your vitality, crushing your testosterone, and draining your manhood. I'm Dr. Moheit Kara. For over 30 years, I've helped men like you reclaim their sexual health and sense of self. And today, I'm raising the alarm on something no one else is talking about: the 70s silently destroying your performance, lowering your hormones, weakening your blood flow, and dulling your spark from the inside out. Chances are, you've been told these teas are good for you. You may even drink them daily, believing they help your digestion, weight, or inflammation. But behind those well-meaning claims hides a dangerous hormonal paradox, especially for men over 60. In just a few minutes, you'll discover exactly which 7 teas to stop drinking starting tomorrow morning if you want to restore blood flow, balance your hormones, and reignite the intimate energy you thought was gone. And make sure to stick around. Number 6 will shock you. It's a tea most men think is totally safe, yet it may be killing your erections from the inside out. Before we dive in, if protecting your energy, health, and performance after 60 matters to you, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. That way, you won't miss a single doctor-backed tip designed just for you. And if this video speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I read every response. I'm here to learn and improve for you. Now let's get into it. T1, licorice root tea, the testosterone killer. This one might surprise you. It's often marketed as soothing and natural. But for men over 60, it can quietly shut down your testosterone and rob you of your vitality. I still remember a patient, confused and frustrated. He was doing everything right, eating clean, staying active, replacing coffee with herbal teas. Yet his energy was low, his sex drive gone, and morning erections a thing of the past. When we looked deeper into his routine, the culprit was right in his favorite mug, licorice root tea. Now, I know that sounds strange. Licorice is praised as a remedy for digestion, sore throats, and inflammation. But what most men don't know is that licorice root contains a compound called glycyrrhizin. And glycyrrhizin can do real damage, fast. Studies show just 1 week of licorice root tea can drop your testosterone levels by more than 25%. That's not a small dip. That's like hitting the brakes on your manhood, hard. The worst part: most men don't notice until it's too late. Their edge fades. Their desire dwindles. Their confidence slips. And because it seems natural, it feels harmless. But if you're over 60 and sipping licorice tea daily, you could be blocking the very hormone that fuels your energy, strength, and passion. And that's just the beginning. T2, peppermint tea, cooling you down too much. There's something comforting about peppermint tea. It's light, fresh, and feels like the perfect end to a heavy meal or stressful day. I used to enjoy it myself. But over time, I began noticing a pattern. Men were coming to me calm, too calm. No morning arousal. No sex drive. A quiet sense of detachment from their masculinity. Guess what kept showing up in their daily habits? Peppermint tea. Science supports this. Peppermint suppresses luteinizing hormone, the hormone your brain uses to signal your testicles to produce testosterone. Without that signal, production slows. And when testosterone drops, so does everything else: mood, muscle tone, stamina, and of course, sexual function. It doesn't happen overnight. That's the danger. You sip it thinking it helps you relax, while it slowly dials down the very fire that makes you feel like you. If you drink peppermint every evening to unwind, it might be time to rethink that ritual. And if you thought that was surprising, just wait until you hear what's next. It's one of the world's most popular teas, and it's quietly strangling your circulation. T3, black tea, the hidden stimulant sabotage. Black tea feels timeless. Maybe your dad drank it. Maybe you switched to it when cutting back on coffee. I've heard countless men proudly say, "I gave up the heavy stuff. I just drink black tea now." And I respect the effort. But when I ask how their mornings feel, there's often a pause. Here's why. Black tea brings a hidden danger, especially for men over 60. It's not just the caffeine. Though that matters. It's the caffeine and tannins together. That combo can constrict blood vessels and reduce blood flow, particularly where it matters most. Erections rely entirely on circulation. If blood flow's blocked, performance suffers. But there's more. Black tea interferes with magnesium absorption, a mineral critical to testosterone and blood vessel health. And over time, caffeine increases cortisol, your stress hormone, which further suppresses testosterone and nitric oxide. I've had patients believe they were making a healthier choice. And on the surface, they were. But when your morning tea slowly chips away at your hormones and blood flow, it's no longer safe. It's a trap. Still, black tea doesn't compare to what's next. There's an entire category of teas promising to cleanse your body, but in reality, they might be stripping away the nutrients and hormones your body needs to thrive. Let's talk about that. T4, detox teas, a scam wrecking your gut and hormones. If I had $1 for every man who told me he started drinking detox teas to feel healthier, I'd be able to buy every misleading brand off the shelf, just to protect your health. I get why detox teas are so appealing, the promise of cleansing your system, shedding a few pounds, and feeling lighter. It sounds like exactly what we need as we age. But here's what most men don't realize. These so-called detox teas aren't healing your body. They're quietly hurting it. One patient comes to mind, a retired fireman, tough as nails. He started drinking detox teas every morning because the label promised better digestion and more energy. But instead of feeling better, he noticed he was constantly tired, foggy, and worst of all, his sex drive had nearly vanished. He chalked it up to age. But when we took a closer look, the real culprit was right there in his morning routine. Most detox teas are packed with harsh herbs like senna and dandelion, which act as strong diuretics and laxatives. Sure, they make you feel lighter, but at a price: dehydration, electrolyte loss, and gut irritation. And here's the thing. Your gut isn't just about digestion. It plays a vital role in hormone regulation. When your gut becomes inflamed or stripped of essential nutrients, your testosterone drops, your nitric oxide plummets, and everything from your energy to your erections starts to decline. And the worst part? These teas are marketed as safe, even beneficial. But their long-term effect isn't detox. It's depletion. And if you think soy only matters in tofu or protein bars, the next tea on our list may shock you. Because it's not just what's in your cup, it's how it mimics a hormone that can slowly steal your masculinity. T5, soy-based herbal teas, estrogen overload. This one hits close to home for many men I've worked with. They're trying to live clean, cutting back on red meat, avoiding sugar, turning to plant-based alternatives. So when they see a tea blend with soy labeled as heart-healthy or good for aging, they don't hesitate. But for men over 60, these soy-based teas can quietly shift your hormonal balance in the wrong direction. Soy contains phytoestrogens, plant compounds that mimic estrogen in the body. And as you age, your hormones are already in flux. Testosterone naturally declines, and without careful attention, estrogen starts to dominate. Add soy-based teas into the mix daily, and you're tipping that scale even further. The result? Less muscle, more belly fat, lower sex drive, softer erections. One man in his early 70s came to me confused and frustrated. He was eating well, walking every day, and drinking what he thought were healthy teas. But something was off. His libido had faded. He'd gained weight around his midsection, and he no longer felt like himself. When we reviewed his habits, we found it, hidden in plain sight. Soy-based teas, twice a day, every day. And the problem is, soy doesn't always jump off the label. It can appear as soy lecithin, soy protein, or isoflavones. But your body reacts just the same. More estrogen, less testosterone, and a slow, steady erosion of your sexual vitality. Now, if that's got your attention, just wait. The next tea is one most people consider incredibly healthy. Some even call it a super tea. But for men over 60, it can disrupt your liver, suppress key hormones, and slowly undermine your performance. Let's talk about it. T6, matcha green tea, not as safe as you think. Matcha has exploded in popularity lately. You see it in lattes, smoothies, even energy bars. It's promoted as a superfood that boosts energy, fights aging, and improves focus. And yes, it's packed with antioxidants. But like I always tell my patients, more isn't always better, especially after 60. One of my longtime patients, George, proudly told me he'd replaced coffee with matcha. He was doing everything right, or so he thought. But soon after, he started feeling off. Low energy, brain fog, and no more morning erections. What George didn't realize is that matcha is highly concentrated, far more than regular green tea. It's rich in EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, a powerful antioxidant. But in large doses, it can interfere with liver enzymes and even suppress thyroid function. And when your thyroid slows down, everything does. Your metabolism, your testosterone, and your sexual drive. Then there's the caffeine. Many men assume matcha is mild because it's green. But matcha delivers a much stronger hit. For men with high blood pressure, anxiety, or circulation issues, that added jolt can constrict blood vessels and lower nitric oxide, which directly affects blood flow and erections. George had no idea. He truly believed he was making a smart switch. And that's what makes matcha so tricky. It wears a health halo, but underneath, it can quietly dismantle the very systems that support your manhood. And if you thought matcha was misleading, wait until you hear about the final tea. It's warm, flavorful, and comforting. But inside your body, it's creating a perfect hormonal storm, draining your energy and shutting down performance. Let's take a closer look. T7, chai tea, the spicy saboteur. Chai has a charm to it. It's nostalgic, cozy, and full of flavor. It reminds many men of home, of comfort. I've had patients tell me it's their favorite part of the morning, sitting by the window, hands wrapped around a warm mug. But for men over 60, that peace can come at a cost. Traditional chai isn't just tea. It's a blend of black tea, milk, sugar, and spices. And while each ingredient may seem harmless alone, together they create a storm inside the aging male body. The black tea narrows blood vessels and raises cortisol. The sugar spikes insulin, increases inflammation, and chips away at testosterone. And dairy. It can disrupt hormones and even elevate estrogen in some men. Add spices like cardamom and clove, which may have mild estrogenic effects when consumed excessively, and suddenly that comforting mug becomes a cocktail of hormonal confusion. One man, mid-60s, had a daily chai ritual, rain or shine. But he came to me complaining of fatigue and a drop in sexual performance. It didn't take long to connect the dots. His daily chai was his emotional comfort, but it was also stealing his vitality one sip at a time. And that's what makes habits like this so dangerous. They don't feel like bad choices, until the consequences show up. So now that we've uncovered the 7 T's silently sabotaging your hormones, blood flow, and energy, the big question is, what should you be drinking instead? Because the right teas, when chosen carefully, can do the opposite. They can restore blood flow, rebalance your hormones, and help you feel like yourself again. Let's talk about that now. T8. What you need to do today. By now, you might be feeling a mix of shock, frustration, maybe even betrayal. And honestly, that's a good thing. It means you care. It means you're paying attention. And that alone sets you apart. Most men don't. They keep drinking the same teas every morning, trusting the labels, never realizing that what they think is helping them may actually be quietly eroding their strength, desire, and confidence. I've seen it too many times. A man walks into my office, tired, discouraged, convinced that age has finally caught up with him. But with just a few questions about sleep, stress, and morning habits, we discover the culprit. Something as simple as the tea he drinks every day. That's the bad news. But also the good news. Because this is something you can fix. So here's what I want you to do, today. Go to your kitchen. Pull out every tea box, every blend, every label. Look for words like licorice, peppermint, black tea, soy, detox, chai, matcha. If you see them, set them aside. These teas may be draining your hormones, restricting your blood flow, and quietly stealing your vitality. Then, make a shift. Start exploring teas that actually support your body after 60. Teas that help you feel awake, alive, and fully present in your own skin again. Don't wait for the damage to build up. The sooner you make this change, the sooner your body responds. And the big question I know you're asking now is, which teas are safe? Which ones actually help with erections, energy, and circulation, especially for older men? That's exactly what I'm going to show you next. And trust me, these aren't just safe. They're powerful. Conclusion. If you've made it this far, I want to say thank you. Not just for watching, but for caring enough about your health to question what you've been sold. That takes courage. And for men over 60, awareness like that changes everything. We've covered a lot. 7 teas that seem harmless, even healthy, but can slowly undermine your hormones, circulation, and vitality. I've seen it again and again. Men doing everything right. Eating clean. Exercising. Managing stress. Yet still struggling with fatigue, low libido, and weaker erections. And when we looked closer, the problem was hiding in plain sight, right there in their cup. Licorice root. Peppermint. Black tea. Detox blends. Soy-based teas. Matcha. Chai. All of them sound fine on the surface. But for the aging male body, they can pull testosterone down, restrict blood flow, and tip hormones out of balance. The damage doesn't happen overnight. It's slow, subtle, easy to blame on aging. But aging isn't the enemy. Ignorance is. And the beautiful thing is, now you know. Now you can walk into your kitchen, your grocery store, and your daily routine with sharper eyes and a stronger purpose. You have the power to choose better, to protect your body from silent sabotage, to reclaim the strength that's still inside you. Because your health, your energy, your manhood, they're not gone. They're just waiting on you to take the right steps. Small changes, like switching your tea, can start a ripple effect that transforms everything. So don't stop here. Keep going. Keep learning. In upcoming videos, I'll be sharing the exact teas, foods, and habits that naturally boost testosterone, revive your drive, and help you feel like yourself again. Strong, steady, and fully alive. If this video helped you, opened your eyes, or made you rethink your routine, please like this video. Share it with a man who needs to hear this. And comment below. Tell me what surprised you most. And if you'd like to support this channel so I can keep creating honest, empowering health content made specifically for you, consider making a small donation. Every bit helps. And I'm truly grateful for your trust.